Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Legion Chalk Talk podcast. This is Scott, and today we have the honor of hearing from the owner of Driven Nutrition, Jason Rule. Jason has owned Driven Nutrition for 7 years. And here's the cool thing, guys. He's onboarded 1,800 affiliates, specifically teaching them how to do retail. And I would say personally, this is something that I did not know how to do when I owned my own affiliate and wish I would have had Jason in my back pocket. So welcome to the show, Jason.
Oh man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. What an intro.
Yeah, you do this enough, it becomes a little more natural.
Yeah, well done.
So, today we really want to just kind of let you take the stage and really inform our audience of what it is you guys have to offer, because it is very unique. I've had the honor and the opportunity to talk with you a little bit in depth about this. And I think it's something that I assumed everybody knew as a gym owner, but they don't. And so why, I'll let you kind of take it, but why Driven Nutrition? Let's just start there.
That's a good question. So there's a lot of great supplement companies out there. Truth be told, a lot of companies are making great products. Their products are matching what they claim is on the supplement panel. They're made in FDA inspected facilities. They adhere to good manufacturing practice. We're not the only ones that do that. I think that where we stand apart is our level of transparency, as well as the commitment that we have to the gym owners and their clients. And we were talking a little bit before the podcast started. Our mission is a tough one. So our North Star is it something that helps our gym owners? And is it something we have the capacity to do, to develop, whether it's a product, whether it's technology, tactic, sales tips, that type of thing. Now, developing those sales tactics, as well as those tools, means that information becomes customer facing. So you've got a gym and you've got members that are taking products like these, but if you don't have the knowledge of how do you connect what the client needs in their fitness journey, as well as you don't have the products to fit where they are in their fitness journey, there's that disconnect. So you've got clients that are going out getting information that may not necessarily be coming from people who know, love, and trust the client. And the inverse is also true. The people they're buying from, the client doesn't know, love, and trust them. So the first thing I always start with when I'm working with the gym is just start talking about supplements, not from the standpoint of sales, from the standpoint of this is what I take and this is why I take it. And what that does is that starts dialogue. And it's the same thing that we do, but we have the platform to where we do it at the customer level. Like, Sally needs to take protein. Why does Sally need to take protein as a customer? And then we take it up one more level of talking to gym owners, teaching them how to talk to Sally. And we do that all in a public environment. So I guess why Driven Nutrition is we have that support, as well as we have that transparency directly from the client, as well as to the gym owner.
Yeah, I think a lot of gym owners think it's just as simple as putting a product on the shelves. And that's very, very far from the truth. One thing that I really love about, your North Star is Level Methods kind of laid out this message that it's our job to make owning a gym easier. So we're going to do whatever we can to make owning a gym easier for the owner, because really they need to be working at a different capacity so that they're making money. Like, if a gym owner is not focused on producing revenue, they're probably not going to survive. And I found a lot of gym owners really struggle selling. And so something you kind of said that really, sticks with me is like, just open the dialogue, and not in a sales way, but in a help first type of way. So how do you prepare a gym? What are the things that you personally and your company do to kind of get gym owners in the right mode?
That's a tough one, because we go in a lot of different directions there. We have an expansive onboarding process. So when somebody signs up to be an affiliate, we have email newsletters built out specifically for them that teaches them step by step. How do you introduce a product? How do you talk to a product about a member, or talk to a member about a product? Then how do you introduce coaches? Because coaches are the tips of the spear. They're the ones that are influencing the members day in and day out. They're the ones that are training Sally when Sally says, hey, you know what, I'm really stressed out. My husband got laid off from his job. I'm not sleeping very well. Our protein intake has gone down. I'm just really dragging butt, and I need to be here. I need to stay healthy. So giving the coaches the tools to be able to not only encourage them the importance of having that conversation, having that dialogue, but also the wherewithal of how to have that conversation. And it really starts with the why. And one of the things that I try to instill in a mindset of the coach as well as the owner is your members are buying these supplements. They're buying them somewhere. And most likely they're buying the wrong products. Not saying that other companies don't make bad products. We've already been down that road. What I'm saying is they're buying it from people who don't know where that client is in their fitness journey. Like, do they need weight loss? Probably not. Do they need amino acids? Maybe. Do they need creatine? Again, maybe. But the coach and the owner are perfectly suited to make that advice. However, the missing piece in that transaction is if the member doesn't see a coach, if the member doesn't see an owner talk about the products they take, or see them participate in dialogue, whether it's on social media, in a group class, in a group setting, whatever it is, if they don't know that the coach or the owner is a resource for that information, that's why they go buy on bodybuilding.com. That's why they go to a local
Right.
retail store and buy $300 or $400 worth of crap that they have no business taking. And so I always warn people, like, here's a shot over the bow. I'm going to punch you in the face with this. The reason they do that is it's your fault.
Hmm.
You're not talking about it. You're not making it an intentional part of your conversation. And as coaches, as owners, we get treated like doctors, right? I mean, members come and talk to us about food intake, alcohol intake, sleep, sex. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, but we never talk about supplements. And then we get surprised when the member goes and buys supplements somewhere else. And we're looking at a product that they're taking that has 500 milligrams of caffeine. And like, Sally, you have no business taking that. So the first thing is the mindset of owning, like, oh crap, like if I'm not in the conversation, I'm really doing my clients a disservice. And selling is nothing more than a transference of feeling. If I can make you feel the way I feel about my product, you're going to buy that product if you need it. And again, coming from the standpoint of the care and love aspect, gym owners, coaches, like they're not going to oversell their clients. So
No.
once they get over that hurdle and they realize like it's coming from a place of love, it's coming from a place of compassion and caring, to where they can serve the client and help them hit their goals better by either directing them to a product or directing them away from a product. But if they're not in the conversation, like, I encourage anybody to do this. Ask a member two things I encourage gym owners to do. One, uh, keep a notepad and walk around the gym. And if you're not selling supplements, not offering supplements, take a notepad and just make a note of who's taking supplements and what they're taking, and ask them, hey, why do you take that? What does it do for you? Gives you an opportunity to not only be involved in the conversation, but also gives you an opportunity to learn and go and research, go vet what they're telling you. So make a list just for a couple days. Like, oh, I saw Sally taking a protein. Jim's taking a pre-workout. Oh shit, Jim's taking a pre-workout that has 600 milligrams of caffeine. Like, no wonder he's not sleeping very well, right? So then the next thing I encourage gym owners to do is talk about it. Talk to their clients about it. And if you really want to see what they're seeing, just ask them to show you their social media feed. As odd as that sounds, okay? Like, we all live in our own little bubble. Like, this is
Dude,
just my
that's
world.
such a good idea because you'll
Yeah, yeah,
see.
yeah. This is my world. So when I go through this, if you want to see something that feels freaking alien, go look at your wife's Facebook feed. Like, who in the hell? Like, what planet am I on? The
Yep.
affiliate, the affiliates can and should do that with their own clients, that they have that level of trust. Just, I mean, don't get creepy on it. But what you'll find is, going through their feed, they're getting targeted heavily on Facebook advertising, on Instagram advertising, on whatever the hell Dr. Oz's berry of the month is. Um, acai juice. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Like, I got targeted the other day on an ad that said, warning, big flashing
Right.
yellow. If you lose more than 30 pounds in 30 days, stop taking this product. The reason companies like that spend 5, 10, 15 grand a month is because that advertising works. And your members are seeing it over and over and over again. But Scott, if you're in the gym and you're not talking about supplements at all, they have no reason to have that conversation with you because it doesn't fit.
Yeah. So let me put this in context a little bit. When I own my affiliate, and I watch this all the time with gym owners, is I was always kind of searching, making sure I had stuff that helped me with my workouts. I was really into it. So I
Mhm.
remember buying goat tape, and I bought goat tape. It has the goat heads all over it. I was wrapping, taping, whatever. And before I knew it, people were asking me for goat tape. I wasn't like, hey, buy goat tape. I was
Right,
just using it. And I
right.
made some good money selling stupid tape that, whatever, you could actually make hand grips once and use a quarter of a roll and never have to touch it again. But I made good money doing that. And it was accidental. Think about this, everybody. If you own a gym and you have rogue equipment in it, when your members go to buy equipment, do they search online for, maybe French Sports or GetRx or all these other guys out there? Do they go and buy one of those bars? Highly doubtful, because they're seeing the rogue name, you're endorsing it, and then they're being hit by advertisement. So they're buying what they know that you endorse, whether you believe it or not. It goes the same with supplements. And
Mhm.
I think you may you you may differ on me on this, but I would encourage you to open your container, mix your drink, your pre-workout, your your protein, whatever it is you're using, in front of your members. Like, they should be seeing you use it. Don't hide it. Is that something that you would encourage coaches
Oh
to
yeah,
do?
man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let me expand on your thought for a second. Every gym owner, stop and think just for a second. My guess is 80% of your members either wear Metcons or Nanos, right? How many of you guys sell those damn shoes? None of you. But you're influencing their behavior. And so I got that insight from a book called This Is Marketing, Seth Godin. And I I want to tattoo this somewhere on my body. People like us do things like this. And everything about your business really revolves around that. And if you grasp it and if you really understand it at the DNA level, like, the reason our members are buying Metcons or Nanos is because they see us do it. They
Right.
emulate that behavior. So absolutely, like, if you here's a way, here's a tactic, and I don't care whether it's our brand or any other supplement. We all know you need to get some protein right after you get done working out. Ideally, you're taking a carb as well as a protein. Carbs help replace the glycogen store. It's going to help people feel better if they just smash themselves. Proteins are going to help recover the muscle. Like, that is science, period. Okay. So if you want your members to start doing that, you need to start showing them and telling them that you do it, and telling them how to do it. And an easy way to do that is when you get done working out with them, go over, say, guys, I just realized not everybody understands the importance of taking a protein and a carb right after they get done working out. Like, this is how our body repairs our muscle, is protein. But you also may not realize how to make a protein shake, right? Stuff that you and I have been doing for decades, right? We just know
Right.
how to make a protein shake. But Sally, who's 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, she may not. So first thing you got to do, grab a shaker, add 4 ounces of cold water, throw a scoop in it, slam it down, you're done. Like, that's how you finish your workout. That's how I finish my workout. And if you have any questions about these supplements or anything else, hit me up. It's not selling, it's telling them, this is what I do, this is how I do it. And more specifically, to supplements, this is what I take, and this is why I take it. And if you want to go the other direction of that, this is what I don't take. This is what I don't. This is why I don't take it. And a good example of that is anybody who's like an expecting mother, right? So
Right.
um, that's going to be a completely different conversation. But the expecting mothers in your gym, and I'm a firm believer CrossFit causes pregnancy. Um, So you're going to experience a lot of that. So if you have somebody in your gym, whether it's coach, and she stops taking a pre-workout or stops taking branched chain amino acids, have her share that story of why. Because again, it's not always, the goal isn't to sell a product. The goal is to be involved in the conversation. where when the member thinks about supplements, or they go to that GNC or the local retailer and they try to get sold a mountain of crap or some product that it's like, then they stop and think, oh, wait a minute. I remember Scott talking about this product. I'm going to go ask him about it. And then you're a resource for information. I jokingly tell people, you're a father. You guys do a great job with Brotherhood of Fatherhood. Nice little plug for your
Thank you
Facebook
for
group,
that
which I
plug.
love.
I do
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, I love it. By the way, this is a story I share with affiliates when they have a sense of humor, which 99.9 do. Supplements and sex education are two things that shouldn't be learned about on the internet,
Right.
right? But if we have a void, if we don't teach our children about sex education, they're going to learn about it somewhere, guys. So
Truth.
have that conversation. Same thing with members and supplements. Same thing with kids and supplements. Just have that conversation.
Yeah. I remember getting really upset at a member for doing some pre-workout. Maybe it was C4. I don't remember what it was, but my question was, why are you doing that? What is it about that? And instead of attacking it from, hey, maybe we need to pay attention to what we're putting in our body and why,
Mhm.
you don't need to get nerdy or technical. There
Mhm.
are people who will do in their pre-workout as much caffeine as they probably should be doing in 2 days. Now, everybody has a different response to caffeine and has a different
Mhm.
feeling about it. But my question is why do you need personally? And I'm speaking without knowing what's in your pre, but I don't
Mhm.
think you need a ton of artificial juice. I don't feel like I
Right.
need caffeine to make me perform. Because that's just not like a real life situation, a real life scenario. I
Mhm.
want to go in. So educating on a very basic level, I think, is really seriously, just like you said, 3 minutes after class. I used to actually do this. And once a week, I made a practice of having a conversation about nutrition and supplementation. And it was literally 3 minutes during cool down. And it
Mhm.
was quick, fast, and not technical. And just like, here's why, here's how, um, this is what you should watch for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's keeping it simple, man, is the best route. I get a lot of questions like, "Hey, should I set up a table? Should I be a bartender?" No, dude. Like, just chill out. Go sit down with your members and be like, "Hey, this is what's everybody taking these days? Do you guys have any questions? Are you guys getting enough protein?" Genuinely, sit down. I mean, these are your friends. These are your bros.
Yeah.
Have some conversations, and if the opportunity arises for you to insert a product, you can do that without selling. But if you don't do it, are you doing them a service or a disservice by not sharing, like, oh, hey, we've got a product over there that may fit what you have? And the deeper purpose of what we do, like I said, like we've got those two rails of messaging that we have. We have what the product does and how it can benefit you exercising, as well as what the product does and how it can benefit your business. And I encourage, like, I 5 years ago, I was on my first podcast, Barbell Business, and I shared this story. This is the only industry that I've ever seen where a business can reach out to its customers, which members are customers, right? So this business can reach out to its customers and say, "Hey guys, we're moving Saturday. Anybody that can help, feel free. We'd love your help." Okay.
Right.
Like no other business on the freaking planet can do this. Not only will your customers show up to help you move, but somebody's bringing a truck, someone's bringing a trailer, two other dudes are bringing pizza and beer, and it's going to be a damn party.
Yep.
So now my question is if you've got that care of love, that level of love from your clients, and and it's mutual to where you have that compassion for them, which I know all gym owners do, why would you not have a conversation, say, guys, selling supplements is something that I've avoided for a long time. It's been a disservice to my clients. It's been a disservice even to our community and our gym. So I know that my members are buying supplements. I know that you're buying supplements. If you want to continue doing that, great. Like I'm going to do my best to start learning about the best ways for you to be taking these products. But please know, this is going to be a big part of our business for the rest of 20 and beyond. This is going to be how we help pay rent, get training for our coaches, get new equipment for you guys. Some of this stuff is getting old. This is going to be how we grow our business. And really what it comes down to from a business aspect is it's share of wallet. So if you can keep that money from hemorrhaging from your business, which it is, you're just not looking at it that way because that business unit's never been there.
Right.
It is. So if you can plug that hole, what you start finding is profit goes up. And then you have the ability to start stocking product where when somebody does run out of protein, you've got it on hand. And that's what we teach is that mindset of how do you have the conversation with the members, with the coaches, but then how do you tactfully and tactically implement it within your business to where it becomes a business unit.
Right. And you mentioned something that made me think of our current shopping scenario, and has nothing to do with COVID, but we have the ability to order protein. At least I do where I live, and have it the next day with Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, I will give Driven Nutrition kudos because I get my my own personal supply of protein in like 2 days. It's ridiculously fast. So the turn time is very fast, but it kind of sucks to have it in stock, but you're going to sell it so much faster because instead of people going, I could get it tomorrow, or I can wait till my gym does its monthly order and get it in 3 weeks. Guess what they're
Mm-hmm.
going to do in the time? They're going to go find another supplement to buy, and it's lost its money out of your pocket. So I think the trick there is getting how do you navigate someone from empty shelf to supply? Like, what's your take on that? Because I'm a guy. If I'm going to sell something, I want it on the shelf because I want that immediacy for people. That's just me personally, but I'm not sure everybody sees that way.
Well, first I would ask, why are shelves empty? Does profit suck? Do you not have any money in your bank? Can you not afford to do it? Is it not front of mind? Like once we identify like where's the gap in your game, then we can address it. One of the things that I encourage gyms to do on day one, and I've got gyms that have been affiliates for 6-7 years, and they've never sold a supplement. So I'll ask, what's your retail? Well, we do some Fit Aids and Kill Cliff. That's not retail. That's just stuff you put in a fridge. There's no barrier to entry. There's no education that takes place. It just is cold, refreshing, and it's sugar.
There's no
So
money in it. I'm
right,
sorry.
right. So that's their perspective of retail. So what I encourage them to do is first off, set up a second bank account. Call it retail. Okay. Now, again, the reason is like, why don't you have stuff on your shelves? Is it profit? Did you not plan well? Is it a system? So by eliminating the profit side on day one, like, so I'll just give you an example. Average gym's running 50 to 55% profit margin. That means you more than double your money every time you order. So if you place a $300 order, that retail is going to be about $600.
Yep.
Okay. So start with a deficit, just loan money from operating funds, but every retail sale at the end of the week or at the end of the week or bi-weekly or monthly, whatever it is, run a report and push press, Zen plan, or whatever it is you use, transfer those funds from one bank account to the next. Now you've got a retail department that you can buy from. So now if you run out of products on a shelf, and if you've done that 3 or 4 times, the key is, and this is what I encourage verbatim, cycle that money 3 times. Once you do that, whether your first initial investment is $100, $300, $3,000, I really don't care. But keep recycling that money until you have too much product sitting on your shelves. These are consumable products that have shelf lives of 2 years.
Oh,
Consumable
wow.
means it's going to run, like, members are going to run out in 30 to 60 days, every single one of these products. So now when a member does run out, you've got products sitting on the shelves, but you've also got money in your account. So once you've cycled that money 3 times, pull your initial investment out, pay back the operating funds, and now you've got a bank account that just runs on cruise control. And then
That's
when
right.
there's too much, money in there, I'm sorry guys, now you have to spend it. A great thing to do. I've got one affiliate. He used to laugh. He would have a member that would come and chalk down $60 for 5-pound protein, and he'd say, "There's the down payment on the next assault bike, you prick." And they would have a good laugh. But that's how this guy bought, like, he went 12 rowers, 6 more assault bikes. I mean, he just took the retail, and once he got it built up and the cash was there, he started using it for his coaches, for trainings, for equipment. So that pain point of having cash in the bank instead of having to take it out of operating funds. Because here's the thing, Scott, when you had a gym, if you ran out of inventory, if you ran a report and he said, "Oh crap, in the last 2 months, I've done $2,000 in retail. I don't have anything on sitting on the shelves. Where does the money come from? Like if you want to implement a habit, remove the pain.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And so something that I'm a part of is your affiliate Facebook group for gyms who are retailing your product.
Mhm.
And there's so many amazing tools in there. And this, I don't know if it was this week or last week. I think you guys posted a show us your retail, and that was incredible. Not because it's just an idea bank, like, and I looked at it and I'm like, I would buy Driven Nutrition from that gym. There was one with like wood shelving.
That
It
looks
was,
great.
well, it's incredible. I'm like, but the difference here is they're fully stocked, they're fully invested. This is not toe dipping. This is, we know this works. We're
Mhm.
invested. And another tip that I would always suggest, and I think this is hard for some affiliate owners, but man, those black canisters or bottles should be like shiny. You should not let dust sit on that stuff,
Right.
right?
Right.
Um, so there's a big difference in the way you retail as well, and I know you guys are helping with resources on that. I actually went through the onboarding process and learned a lot about it, and I know that when I order, I get pamphlets for putting out on
Mhm.
the, on the counter, whatever. Incredible resources for gym owners.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to tack something on what you said. If you tell members this is going to be an important part of our business for the rest of 20 and beyond, if you go to your coaches and you let them know, we can serve our clients better by teaching them about products. But then if you fail to follow up, if you don't keep stock on your shelves, like if I'm sitting down with members, all my bros, and I'm like, guys, hey, it's important to get protein right after you get done working out. Shouldn't you at least make it available to them after they get done working out? So if you don't keep it in stock, basically what you're telling members is I'm phoning this in. This isn't something I'm actually committed to. If you
Right.
buy stuff, cool, I'll order it for you.
There's zero commitment in there.
Right, right.
One thing that
And
we
members feel that.
Yeah. Oh, if you're fooling yourself if you think that that's a good service for them.
Mhm,
I truly believe that. But one thing that we do with Level Method gyms is set them up for success with goal setting sessions. And our objective data and reviewing the map and looking where people have been and where they're going and setting goals is an
mhm,
amazing opportunity. More like, think, all you gym owners listening to this, think of how many times, if you're doing goal setting sessions, how many percent of the people that you sit down with will say that their goal is getting better at something which requires more muscle, more skill, leaner body, or losing weight. The equation here is nutrition
mhm.
and exercise. Nutrition first. I'm currently doing macros, and I can't tell you how many steaks I'd have to eat to hit the right amount of protein per day. And
It's a
I love
job.
steak.
Yeah.
Um, so like having a supplement that I know is helping build lean muscle mass and helping me fuel the correct way is a massive tool. How can you not have that there? It's a done sale right there. Oh,
Mhm.
boom. Last night I had a conversation with my son. He's like, my friend has a six pack and he doesn't do anything. Well, okay, we talked about genetics and he's been
Right.
working out. He's growing muscle. It's pretty
Mhm.
incredible. And he does actually a powerlifting thing. He's a skinny kid, but he's getting stronger and he's just having a great time. And we talked about protein, and it was such an easy conversation. And he's like, how come nobody knows this? I'm like, they do, but he watches us do it all the time and we still have to explain it. And of course, what did he do first thing this morning? Because I'm like, okay, every morning I want you taking your protein.
Mhm.
And the vanilla's cracked open for the first time and the scoop, it's all messy, and I'm like, yes, he's doing it right.
Yeah.
But those opportunities, the goal setting sessions, sitting down with people, you are actually helping them. You're not selling them. You got to get that mindset. You
Mhm.
got to click over to uh, giving them the tools to succeed, and it's a big tool.
Right. And you have to be okay as a business owner making a profit. And that's one of the things that really scared me 7 years ago when I founded Driven was I had a lot of affiliates coming to us and saying, "Hey, I don't care if I make a profit. I just want a really good product off of my members." Now, keep in mind, the business community has changed a lot in the last 7 years. I mean, hell, in the last 4 years, it's changed a lot. But like I was telling people then, like, look, it's admirable that you want to sell a product that will benefit your client. That should be a barrier to entry. That's required for anybody selling a product. However, if you're going from the mindset of, I don't care if I make a profit, that is very stupid.
Yeah.
Period. Don't do it. Like, just be like, don't do it. If you want to just share with members, hey guys, this is a product I take, go buy it on Amazon. Cool. You can serve your client. You can have those conversations. You can help them hit their macros, the proteins. Like I said, it feels like a job getting enough protein. One simple hack that I found that helps kind of explain protein a little bit. One scoop of whey protein is like eating a chicken breast for a snack. So if there's one thing that I would encourage any uh, father, any mother, anybody out there that is trying to maintain lean muscle mass or trying to help their kid build a physique, start every day with a protein shake and end every day with a protein
Yep.
shake,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
whether it's milk or water, you're adding, like, I doubt, I would be willing to doubt, I'd be willing to bet that the majority of parents out there, if they track their kids' protein intake, I'll bet they don't get 50 grams a day.
Nope.
Okay. So those two scoops, 50 grams a day.
Yep.
And that's the difference. I used to go and talk to kids at high schools as well as parents, the athletes. And I always shared with them, if you're a freshman and you have a twin, you're genetically identical. You have the same 40 speed, you have the same strength. But if one twin eats like crap, has, pop, soda, pizza, and everything else, and then the other twin has pop, soda, pizza, but does a protein shake morning and then again at night, the amount of muscle mass that other twin that did the protein is going to have by the time he's a senior is massive. I mean, you're talking 12 to 15 pounds, and that's only converting about 30 to 40% of the protein
Oh, that's
to actual
crazy.
muscle tissue. So
Yeah.
that one thing, breakfast and lunch. And what I found with our kids, my oldest is 19, uh, Peyton is 16. What I found is it takes 2 years asking them every morning, did you get your protein? As they're going to bed, hey buddy, love you. Did you get your protein shake? It takes 2 years. By the time they're a sophomore, they're done. Like, it's automatic.
Yeah. Did you
So
get your protein shake, and make sure you brush your teeth?
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Every dad should be saying, like every dad, every parent should be saying this is those. That's just as important. I know it sounds nuts, but it is. We're talking about preventative care. Um, so why don't you, like, if someone, let me reframe this. If someone is carrying multiple brands, what are your thoughts about that?
Um, I would ask why,
Hmm.
and usually when I find out, they carry multiple. I'll get the question. Like, there's a couple other main brands in our industry. It's just Driven, SFH, as well as Ascent.
Hmm.
Okay, so people ask, should I carry yours or should I carry Ascent? Everything else, like, our products fit the mainstream shelves. What do people expect when they go to a supplement store? Where does it fit? How does it taste? How does it mix? We fit that criteria. That's the world that I came from. I used to own stores. I know that the majority of our clients, at least when I had stores, they bought things and they followed their palate. They wanted something that matched supplement panel. It needed to be clean. It needed to mix well, and needed to taste like a reward when they got done working out. And then you have some people that are very strict with their diet. They don't want to bring anything in that has any sucralose, right? And all of our products, with the exception of about 3 or 4, have less than half a gram of sucralose per serving. Some people don't care. Some people, it's a major turnoff. So I tell them, like, so in that instance, carry both brands. Carry SFH, Ascent, or Driven. But if you have two brands that are basically similar or identical in terms of what is it in the consumer's mind, you're doing a disservice by confusing them.
Yeah, I think that was kind of where I was going. Is there can be some confusion, um, and ingredient arguments or objections are really difficult because there's just so much misinformation out there. Now,
Hmm.
I'm not going to make a statement on whether sucralose is the right choice or not. I choose to consume it in very small amounts. Like, I use your
Hmm.
supplements; it does not bother me. I have tried products with other sweeteners that some people tout are a little better. There is definitely a taste difference. So I haven't paid attention, and so I know a lot about ingredients, and I haven't paid attention because I'm like, okay, I trust the company. So think about that. I trust you, Jason, because we've talked a lot. So think about that. I have not read anything on the label except for the macros. Personally,
Mhm.
you told me this is what you should be taking. I've done it, even though I know a lot. Think about your members. Even way less information coming in, probably more misinformation. Like you probably don't even need to talk about it. You just need to say this is what. Now, again, if they come in, yeah, you probably need to capitalize that, and they're like, I absolutely cannot take that. But what I've noticed about you guys is you have like a bone broth, like um, uh, protein. You have
Yeah.
do you have a vegan protein?
Mhm.
Or yeah. So
Yeah.
you really do spread the gamut there with almost everything.
Yeah. I used to say we used to level the playing field so gyms could compete against local retail stores. I stopped saying that after about 2 years because it's not fair. You gym owners absolutely have a massive advantage over affiliate or over retail stores because you guys have the relationships. What you don't
Yeah,
have is the knowledge, the tactics, as well as the products to be able to offer the members in a way that's profitable and allows you to grow that out and make it a focus. Whether it's a focus as a business unit, you assign it, create an intrapreneur. I have a speech impediment. I get caught on that one. Within your gym to where you have a coach that's their focus, and then
that's
they're the
awesome.
ones they get a percentage of sales. And those are some of the things that we've been implementing over the last oh since about January. We've developed a drop ship program, so if somebody doesn't want to stock product, that's cool, we can drop ship directly to your client.
That's
um,
incredible. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, we have profit sharing to where it's set up, whether it's a 30 or 40% straight up margin. We have subscription models to where if the client wants to subscribe, not only do you get credit for the first sale, but you get credit for the lifetime of that customer.
yep,
And we take care of the fulfillment. And you've seen some of the orders. Whenever a customer orders, we do the best we can to make sure that not only does the order look like a present when it arrives,
yep.
but OMS, one more sale, is a big thing in retail. What's the next thing that the client may need? So all of my guys are cross trained in the warehouse to where they know, like, okay, if somebody orders a 2-pound chocolate, they need to get a sample of fresh cinnamon roll and caramel latte, and then they need to get a sample of disrupt or amino, to where we're giving them another sample to try, to where in 30 days when they run out of chocolate, you know what, I really like that caramel latte, I'll give that a try.
Right.
And I really like that disrupt, I'm going to add that to my order. So building the value for the affiliate.
That's huge. And one thing I love about that that direct to um, customer like drop ship type deal that you do. Here's several things. One, when COVID hits, and that's why you developed it, they're at home, they're still working out, they still need to get their product. You're
Mhm.
taking away the barrier. You guys provide links and buy buttons and all sorts, I mean, ridiculous amounts of ways to get that information and drive the consumer to a site that is going to directly pay you, the owner. The other part that I love about and this is big, one thing that we never really think about is when we feel like we've lost a member, they're moving, they've kind of fell out of love with, they're going to go do Zumba, whatever it is, they may still love the supplement and they may still want the supplement. Their pride's going to keep them from walking back in your store probably, or your gym. But if they have a link they can hit, like you've really like given them that resource, or maybe
Mhm.
it's part of the exit package, they can still be your customer. Like no matter where they go, they move,
Right.
they're still your customer. And that's something that's lost on a lot of folks is like, hey, you've developed a rapport with these people, you can continue it past your doors. And I think that's really powerful. I think it's an angle that many guys don't think about, many guys and gals that own gyms. So I love
Right.
that option.
Thank you. So I'll expand on that because I think that that's a really um, special thing that our team did. I'm really proud of it. When COVID hit, I actually was looking at it from the standpoint of what if gyms go to zero? Because memberships, so our youngest son has a heart condition, so I stopped going to the gym in February. I'm
Right.
just hypersensitive to it. Um, so what if I know that other people are like us? but what if some of these gyms have to go to zero? So we started building out a program called Gym Drive, to where we took the affiliate links, but then we created a system as well as a platform that allowed us to post on a CrossFit gyms on an affiliate's Facebook page as well as Instagram. And then we automated it. And it got to the point, Scott, where we were posting on over 400 accounts every single week. And it was unique content with unique affiliate links. And that lives out there. And there's probably about 120 or 130 gyms that we're still actively doing that for. And we've just expanded that program to offer a couple more options. So, yeah, I'm really proud of our crew for what they were able to develop with that.
So you guys were providing done for you social media sales ads, basically content.
Yeah. So yeah, you think about like your Facebook feed is constantly going through
Yeah.
what we were doing on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now we just do it on Monday and Friday. We call it the bookends post. We post on Monday and we post on Friday about a product.
Yep.
And we
I've seen
actually
them.
do that. Yeah, we do it on the Facebook page as well as the gym's Instagram page. And gyms have the ability to edit the content before it gets posted. And it's just a free service that we do.
Is that going to continue?
Yeah, that's something that we're expanding heavily. That we're leaning very heavily into,
That's
because it
awesome.
got to the point where the affiliate commissions that were coming in, we were paying out over $1,800 a day to gyms that were closed. So these gyms, and that's why we did it. Like, what if they go to zero? Yeah, it's cool to get customer orders, but if our gyms close, I'm not doing any favor to our company, to our employees, to our affiliates, to our clients, if the share of wallet leaves the gym. So that
Right.
was, like I said, our North Star. That's why we started Gym Drive. Was I started seeing those orders go up on the B2C. I was like, shit, I need to get ahead of this. And the only way that I could think to get ahead of it was by providing the content directly to the gyms. But then we started seeing friction, like, well, they're not posting, they're not doing this. So I was like, okay, what if we did it for you? Okay. And then all these hands went up.
Right.
And like I said, we were over 400 accounts, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, posting content. And it was content about a product, the benefits of taking it, without salesy.
They're really good. So we did a very similar thing is we created done for you social media during COVID and delivered it to all the Legion members. It was so demanded that we created an actual product. Now people can subscribe for done for you. Every single day there is a social media post that they can edit and post, and they're doing
Awesome.
like no work, right? Maybe they're
Right.
editing a little bit.
Hmm.
And so that high value, reducing the time that the owner is having to think about it, because let's be honest, you really need a full-time person to do that kind of work, or a
Hmm.
part-time person. If you're going to sell, if you're going to really speak, and you're going to compete with the stuff that's going through people's feeds, you got to be on it. That is incredible service. So let's wrap this up by making sure you have an opportunity to kind of let affiliates who aren't currently using Driven, or maybe are and aren't using all of the options necessarily, anything else you want to share?
Uh, no, man. So if you're an affiliate that we've worked with for years, like, um, reach out if you heard anything. And like, everybody has my cell phone. Like I said, I onboard personally everybody that we work with, so everybody gets my cell phone. Reach out, shoot me a text, let's jam, and we can get you up to speed as far as some of the things that we have. If anybody out there is interested in offering our products, they can go to drivennutrition.net and click on the become an affiliate. It's up in the header in the menu. Fill that form out. That starts the process of the onboarding. And then the first step is to book a call with me. And then we visit, we see if we're a good fit. If we are, we move forward with the training as well as access to wholesale pricing.
That's incredible. So thank you, Jason. I was super excited to have you, because I knew that your goal is to bring value to gym owners and help them win, and that's a mission I can get behind any day. So and I can personally vouch. Like I only like selling things that I use. I can personally vouch that the product's awesome. The greens and berries or whatever, B&G, that's pretty awesome. So
Thank you.
great products. Everyone, if you've gotten this far, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you didn't get this far, shame on you. and you're not hearing me say this. But hey, hit that subscribe button. If we had, over 200 gyms in the Level Method Legion, I should have 200 or more subscribes. So help me do that math. You should share this with your coaches as well. They need to be bought in to your business as you can get them. Um, get them on some driven nutrition. Thank you, Jason. And do us a favor, give us a star or 5-star rating so we can get this message about Level Method and all these other great products out there like Driven and get it out to the world. Thanks for listening. Have a great one.
Thanks, Scott.